Signifier goes in. We're all set, ready to race in the first of the afternoon. Harajuku a little unsettled. Settled now. Gates are back, off and racing. Bit of an untidy beginning. Lines crossed. Missed the break. He lost a couple of lengths. Harajuku also wasn't that smartly away, but nothing too serious. Captain Arrow right down the inside responded well. Alongside that, Coastal Commanders pushing forward early on. The Black Cap of Gravity up towards the outside, and Signifier is right in touch with the leading group. Protagonist is just in behind the leading group. He's settling about 2.5 lengths off the speed as they race on down towards the final 700. Down towards the inside, Coastal Commander goes the quickest. Towards the outside of that, Lines Crossed has moved into race prominently. Right up the outside there, the Black Cap of Gravity is in touch with the leading group. Down the inside, Captain Arrow is now creeping closer and coming forward to join issue. Just in behind that, Taskuta. Moris is also trying to get into the race too as they come to the final 300 metres. Down towards the inside, Captain Arrow is unleashed for his run. He comes forward to pick it up. Coastal Commander is trying to stay with him. Up the outside, Lines Crossed is right in touch with him, and Maurice has taken off between runners, and Maurice is powering home in the first of the afternoon. Maurice draws off to win. Coastal Commander will stay on for second. In behind that, Lines Crossed may have just held third. Harajuku was flashing up late. Captain Arrow weakened in the closing stages. Head on view, you'll see Maurice, the silks of Mukan Gujida, the red cap. He's tucked in towards the inside behind runners, now looking for a gap. He needs to squeeze through between two runners. The gap is just big enough for him. And 5, Maurice comes home to win race number 1.
Race 1, we start off the day with number 5, Maurice, winning the Son of Fire away from the Brett Crawford yard. Well done to M. Feeney, who receives his R1,000 from Hollywood Bets. Thank you to them and Cape Racing. Louis was the jockey aboard. Louis, well done.
Thank you, Vicky.
I know you haven't ridden him in races, but have it work? Do you think that the drop down to 1,200 served him well?
No. I worked him at home. What Brett did ask me, should we run over 1,200 or not? I said no, and then there was other complications involved. But anyway, we ended up running him. And then I worked him. I said to Brett, no, we should definitely do him over 14. But I know he came through and won. You know, I must say it was a good win because there's a bit of a tailwind out there. And, you know, when they quickened away from him a little bit, I was at him quite early, you know, just to get the momentum and pick it up. And it took a while to get going. And but when he got going and a small gap opened up for him, he just pulled through quite nicely. So yeah, it was an encouraging win because this wasn't a weak field that I thought. You know, there's some horses that ran some nice races on debut and and things like that. So I think it was a good win, and I think over a trip suited for him, we'll definitely see the better of him.
Louis, well done and well ridden.
Thank you. Just well done to my Quint again. Really appreciate your support, and hopefully we can just keep producing for him. And thank you to my sponsor, Races Bistro.
Well done.
Thank you.
That's Louis. He's covering all bases. I've got Barry Donnelly. Spoke to him briefly leading into the race, and very lovely to have a quick turnaround with regards to your results. Well done.
Thank you very much.
An interesting one. I thought particularly well ridden by Louis, seeing that he suggests the horse would be better over a bit further.
Yes, and watching the race, I thought he got a little bit cramped there because I didn't think he was going to get through. But when he asked, the horse gave him what he needed, and he managed to go through the small gap and one going away. It was a very good win.
And it was also, I think, the strength of the field. I know that he looks to be progressive. Does he give you that indication at home?
Yes, look, on his last run when he ran second, we knew he'd run better than that. But, it looked like a very competitive field and there was a lot of unknown quantities. But just on his current form and his last run, he had to be one of the main contenders in the race.
Barry, what it is a very good start to the day for the yacht, so well done.
Yeah, just first of all, well done to McCunt. I think he's just phoned to say well done to all of us. Well done to Brett and well done to the whole team.
Barry, I've also got something for you to accept. It's a Bloodstock South Africa bonus check, so well done.
Okay, thanks.
Also well done to Interbet, Brett Crawford's sponsors. And with regards to Maurice, who was bred by Chevrolet Stud, You can also stand for the photo. There you go. Just accepting these are very hard to come by. They're going like hotcakes. So well done for winning him, Brett, and his whole team. Number 5, Moris, son of Far Away. Well done to Chevrolet Stud. Well done to Makun Gujda and Louis for running a brilliant race.
Yeah, very nice horse. He gave me a really good feel, even though he was beaten a good couple of lengths first time out. But he just didn't know where he was, and he's still learning and still green and immature. But I think once the penny drops, he's going to be a horse to follow.
The horse would probably be a little bit better around the turn eventually.
Yeah, I think he will get a bit more distance. But right at now, I think this is, in my opinion, was a really tough maiden. Good quality horses in this race, so I think there will be a lot of form coming out of this race.
Anthony, thank you for your time. It's Anthony Andrews at Road Line Crossed. Just watch, have a look at this horse run. He ran on really nicely and looks like a horse that will win quite soon. Bit of a shock result for me in the first race, but yeah, have a look. It's quite a nice win for Brett Crawford. We're going to the replay of race 1 at Hollywood Bets, Kenilworth.